Hi there. Today we'll be making the minimal dress, round neck version by Sopronto. This is a loose-fitting, comfy dress, perfect for daily wear, and totally in line with Sopronto's minimalist style. It's a beginner-friendly pattern and a great pick if you want something simple but stylish to sew. We'll be using one of our patterns, available on sopronto.com. Be sure to visit the site to discover even more beautiful styles. These are all the materials you'll need to make this version of the minimal dress, round neck, size M. Please refer to the Sopronto instruction booklet to double-check your size, print and assemble the pattern correctly. The first step is to cut your fabric according to the pattern. Each size is marked with its own seam line, and the pattern pieces already include these size lines. Your job is to carefully cut the pieces according to your size. Take your time and be sure not to cut the wrong line. Once you've finished cutting, you should have one front bodice, cut on the fold. One back bodice, also cut on the fold. 2 pairs of pockets, 4 pieces total. And 1 bias strip for the neckline, cut to your measured length. Take a moment to double-check your notches. Having them marked clearly will make the next steps much easier. Let's start with neckline. In this step, you'll prepare the bias binding for the neckline. Take the 3 cm wide bias strip and fold it in half lengthwise, wrong sides together. Then press it flat with your iron. Once you're done, you'll have a folded 1.5 cm wide strip ready to attach to the neckline. You'll join the front and back bodice pieces together at the shoulders. Place them right sides facing, then sew along the shoulder seams using a straight stitch. Once finished, compress the seam towards the back body to create a beautiful seam. Finish the shoulder seams with an overlocker or zigzag stitch, then press them toward the back. Next, overlock or zigzag the raw edge of each sleeve hem to prep for hemming. If you don't have an overlocker, a simple zigzag stitch will do the trick. Fold the sleeve hem inward by 2 cm. Press the fold flat to set the crease. You'll secure this fold with stitching in the next step. Sew a 15 mm top stitch along the folded edge of the sleeve hem. Keep your stitching neat and even to give the sleeve a clean, professional finish. Use a measuring tape or the bias strip itself to measure along the edge of the round neckline. Add 2 cm to that number, that's how long you'll cut your bias strip. Cut the binding to length. Open the strip, place the ends right sides together, and stitch them with a 1 cm seam to form a loop. Press the seam open, then refold the binding lengthwise with wrong sides together. Match the seam of the loop with 1 shoulder seam. Align the edges of the binding with the neckline and pin carefully. With a 0.5 cm seam allowance, sew the 1.5 cm wide binding strip to the right side of the neckline. To help the neckline lie flat, clip into the neckline seam at 1.5 cm intervals, being careful not to cut through the stitching. Then fold the binding to the inside of the dress and press it flat with an iron. You should now have a clean 1 cm wide bias edge running evenly around the inside of the neckline. Pin it in place, ready for top stitching. From the inside of the dress, edge stitch along the bias binding to secure it to the neckline. Sew 8 mm from the neckline edge for a neat, clean finish. And you just finished neckline for minimal dress. Place the right side of the pocket piece onto the right side of both the front and back dress panels, matching the pocket notches. Pin if needed, then sew along the edge of the pocket using a straight stitch. Press the pocket seams outward to prepare for side seam construction. Make sure the pocket and dress edges lie flat and even. Place the front and back dress right sides together. Align side seams and pocket edges, then pin everything in place. Make sure to mark both top and bottom pocket notches clearly. Sew from the underarm down to the top notch of the pocket. Pivot, sew around the pocket curve until you return to the side seam. Pivot again and continue sewing down from the lower notch to the dress hem. And just like that, you've sewn the side seams and finished inserting the pockets. Press both side seams toward the back to keep the shape clean. Then fold the hem up by 5 cm and press it flat. Stitch a top stitch 4.5 cm from the folded hem edge to secure the dress hem. Then sew a 5 cm top stitch along the underarm side seam to hold the seam allowance in place and give a clean finish. And just like that, your minimal dress is complete. Congratulations, now it's time to try it on and enjoy your handmade piece. If you enjoyed making this dress, be sure to check out Sopronto for more simple, modern and beginner-friendly sewing patterns. You can find the minimal dress and other designs at www.sopronto.com.